Traditional versus modern food preservation techniques. Traditional versus modern food preservation techniques. Introduction. Food preservation techniques have played a significant role in human history, allowing societies to store food for extended periods and ensuring their survival during times of scarcity. In this article, we will explore the differences between traditional and modern food preservation techniques, examining their respective advantages, disadvantages, and impact on food safety. Traditional food preservation techniques. 1. Canning. Canning is one of the oldest and most prevalent traditional food preservation techniques. It involves placing food in jars or cans and heating them to a high temperature to kill bacteria, molds, and yeast that could spoil food. This method has been widely used for preserving fruits, vegetables, meats, and fish. Though canning is effective at extending the shelf life of food, it requires careful attention to achieve proper sealing of the containers to prevent contamination. 2. Smoking. Smoking is a technique that has been practiced for centuries. It involves treating food with smoke, which acts as both a preservative and a flavor enhancer. The smoke helps to inhibit the growth of bacteria, slow down oxidation, and reduce moisture content, thereby preventing spoilage. Smoked foods like fish, sausages, and cheeses have a distinct flavor and increased durability. However, smoking is a time-consuming process that requires specialized equipment and expertise. 3. Drying. Drying or dehydration is another traditional method of food preservation. It involves removing water content from the food, inhibiting the growth of microorganisms that cause spoilage. Sun drying, air drying, and using dehydrators are common techniques employed for this purpose. Dried fruits, vegetables, herbs, and meats are lightweight, easy to store, and have a long shelf life. However, certain nutrients may be lost during the drying process. 4. Fermentation. Fermentation is a natural process that utilizes bacteria, yeast, or molds to convert sugars into acids, gases, or alcohol, thereby preserving food. Popular fermented foods include yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, and pickles. Fermentation increases the shelf life of food while also enhancing flavors and promoting the growth of probiotics, which are beneficial for gut health. However, fermentation requires meticulous temperature and time control to prevent the growth of harmful bacteria. Modern food preservation techniques. 1. Refrigeration. Refrigeration is a commonly used modern method of food preservation. It involves storing food at low temperatures to slow down the growth of spoilage causing microorganisms. Refrigerators provide a controlled environment that maintains food safety and quality, particularly for perishable items such as dairy products, meats, and fresh produce. Nevertheless, refrigeration alone is not sufficient for long-term preservation, and power outages can compromise food safety. Freezing preserves the texture, taste, and nutritional value of food for extended periods. It is commonly used for preserving meats, fruits, vegetables, and prepared meals. However, the formation of ice crystals during freezing can cause cell damage and affect the quality of certain foods. 3. Vacuum packaging. Vacuum packaging is a modern technique that involves removing air from a package containing food and sealing it tightly to prevent the entry of oxygen, which causes food spoilage. This method extends the shelf life of food by inhibiting the growth of microorganisms and slows down the oxidation process. Vacuum packaging is widely used for preserving processed meats, cheese, and snacks. However, it requires specialized equipment and packaging materials, making it less accessible for home use. 4. High-pressure processing, HPP. High-pressure processing is a relatively new method of food preservation that subjects food to high levels of hydrostatic pressure. This process kills bacteria, molds, and yeast while preserving the taste, texture, and nutritional value of the food. HPP is often used for preserving juices, ready-to-eat meals, and seafood. It is considered a safe method as it does not involve the use of heat or chemicals. However, HPP requires expensive equipment and is primarily used in commercial food production. 5. High-temperature short-time, HTST, pasteurization. HTST pasteurization is a modern food preservation technique commonly used for liquid foods such as milk, fruit juices, and soups. This method involves heating the food to a high temperature for a short period to kill harmful bacteria while retaining the nutritional value and taste. HTST pasteurization ensures food safety and extends the shelf life of perishable liquid products. However, this technique is mainly suitable for liquids and is not applicable to solid or semi-solid foods. 6. Modified atmosphere packaging, MAP. Modified atmosphere packaging is a contemporary method that involves altering the atmosphere surrounding food to extend its shelf life. It typically entails removing oxygen from the packaging and replacing it with a mix of gases such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen, or oxygen scavengers. MAP inhibits the growth of spoilage causing microorganisms and slows down oxidation. This technique is widely used for packaging fresh produce, processed meats, and bakery products. However, MAP requires specialized equipment, a controlled environment, and careful monitoring to ensure food safety. 7. Irradiation.